Hello and welcome to another YouTube tutorial on the Mudra YouTube channel. This is Ujjwal and today I am super excited because I'm sharing the stamp set that I designed. This one is called Doodled Elements, and each of those images was hand illustrated by me and then converted into a stamp. So this is like really a big thing for me and I'm super excited. So when I was designing this, I wanted the designs to be simple yet elegant so they could be used with different techniques. And I'm sorry, I don't know how, but I broke my archival ink pad, and this is the second one that I broke. So it was really difficult to ink up this butterfly image. Please do not judge the stamp quality with the impression that I'm going to get here. That is because my ink pad was broken and it was uneven and I wasn't able to get the butterfly to be inked properly. So, and this is not the first one. As I said, I have broken my Memento black ink pad as well, and so I had no other black ink pad to work with. But yeah, I don't know, have you done this before? Let me know in the comments if you've broken your ink pad before. So all right, so now I'm using this clean shampoo cloth and I'm wiping off, and I just wanted to show you that I use that often. It cleans off the stamp sets really well without leaving any ink or fuzzies behind, so I love using that clean shampoo cloth. So this particular set has a big butterfly that is very detailed. It has two sizes of flowers. There are two sizes of leaves, and then there is this delicate little vine that is really pretty and would be great to add some effects in the background, and maybe create a foliage with the flowers. Then it also has some sentiments. First one that says missing you today and every day. Another one is hugs, and then there is may the joy you give follow you always, which is my favorite. So as you can see, there are vines, there are two doodle flowers, there's a doodle butterfly, then there are leaves and the sentiments. Now I'm using the Brustro technical pens. I have a pack of about 12 pens, I think. They're in different nib sizes, and I used the 0.2 mm size and filled up the portions that I did not stamp, when I was stamping them, and I missed stamping. So I just went over that area and used the pens. They are really great, they are waterproof, and the nibs are of so many different sizes. They work great. And now I'm using the Faber-Castell connector pens. These are just basic sketch pens that you will find in the kids section of any stationery store. I have a pack of 50 and I've been using them for ages, and I love using them. They're just simple, nothing complicated. You don't have to do a great lot of techniques with these or anything. But these are just great for basic stamping, and they work well for smaller areas. If you have smaller areas to color, they work really well with that. So I'm going to go ahead and continue coloring in the butterfly. I'm using a pink, fuchsia pink, a teal and an orange color, and I went ahead and colored in the whole of the butterfly. And then I'm using a Uniball Sigma white gel pen, and I'm adding some details to the butterfly. That is another great thing that you can do with this stamp set. You can make it your own, add your own details, and have fun with it. Now for all the cards that I'm creating today, I will be using simple distress ink watercolor backgrounds. So here I have 4 different inks. I have a Salty Ocean, Evergreen Borough, Spice Marmalade, and Pickled Raspberry. Basically the colors that complement the butterfly that I colored in. And I'm using a Sakura Koi water brush in medium size, and just adding that distress ink in diluted form onto the cardstock. I'm using the Fabriano LR cardstock 220 GSM, nothing fancy, no watercolor paper, because I'm not adding a lot of water, just a little to spread those inks and have that watercolor background. And then once the cardstock was dry, I'm going to stamp the sentiment. And what I did was I curved the stamped sentiment up a little bit so it looks like the butterfly is flying and leaving the sentiment as a trail behind. I love that idea. So I went ahead and did that, and then I stamped the butterfly another time onto the cardstock. Again, please do not judge the impression that I'm getting here with the stamp quality. A stamp quality is great. It's just that my ink pads are broken. Anyways, so I also sprinkled some water for a cool distress, the resist kind of an effect, and then I went ahead and adhered the colored butterfly with some foam adhesive on top of the stamped butterfly. That way I have those antennas in the background. And again, I'm going over the antennas with my Bustro 0.2 mm pen just to make it stand out. And then I use the heat gun to dry out the paper. The water that I had sprinkled, I'm just drying it out, and you can see that cool effect in the background. And I used some foam adhesive and adhered it to a white card base, and that's it. My card is absolutely ready, and it looks really pretty in real actually. And I love how it turned out, how easy it was to color and to put up. For the second card, I kept it even simpler. I did not color in the butterfly. I'm going to create really colorful background. So I'm using some mustard seed ink, some spice marmalade, some pickled raspberry, and some greens. I think I have the twisted citron, and then a little bit of blue, that is the salty ocean. And I'm just adding it with my water brush, not mixing it too much, not blending it too much. I'm just adding it with my water brush, and once it was dry, I'm going to use this black and white butterfly, just let it be the highlight onto the card, and simply I'm going to stamp the butterfly once again like I did for the first card, just so I have the antennas in the background. I'm not worried about the whole impression of the butterfly here, and I'm going to go ahead and stick it with some foam adhesive and stamp the sentiment, which is missing you today and every day, and then just mount it onto some golden yellow card base. And this was just super simple, super easy to do. So you can see that the image is detailed enough to stand on its own. You do not even have to color it, and it looks really nice and effective. For the third one, I'm using all the different flowers that I have, and I did a mix of coloring for the flowers. I colored some with the Faber-Castell connector pens and some with distress inks and a sponge dauber. And now for the background, I'm doing the same thing, but this time I'm using a couple of different shades of green. So I have the Twisted Citron, I have Mowed Lawn, and I have Evergreen Borough, and I'm just adding it into the center part of the white cardstock. And then we are going to just let it dry and come back and arrange our flowers on it. So now I'm going to adhere that with some foam adhesive onto a white card base. I added the sentiment with some foam adhesive, and now I'm just arranging and playing with the flowers and making sure everything looks right, where I want it to be and how I wanted it to look. And once I have a proper placement, I'm going to go ahead and start sticking them. So some flowers are adhered using foam adhesive, some are adhered directly with the glue, so they have kind of a little dimension onto the card, and they are one behind the other and kind of form a good kind of collage or a foliage. And then I'm adding some leaves. For the leaves, again, I colored them with distress inks and sponge dauber, and I used crushed olive and peeled paint for the leaves. I will list down all the supplies and the links to where you can buy them. I will also put the names of all the distress inks that I used. So once I was done, I also added some pearls to the center of the flowers, and that is it. So these are the three cards that I created today, and you can see that these are so simple. They're easy to cut out. They look fabulous when heat embossed, and yeah, so just give this, I hope you give this stamp set a try. And I have another video on my personal YouTube channel. I will link it down here so you can view 3 more card ideas using this particular stamp set, and I hope I'll see you again on the other YouTube channel. Bye for now. Have a great day.